You can kind of see we have conveyor belts. They're not all visualized, these are actually just kind of temporary things, but our items are moving along. If I click with my mouse here, I create an invisible one. I have to be very careful because if I click twice, everything breaks. They always move right now. If we go from this direction, it probably looks a bit more fun. And we can spawn items, have them run off screen, and they kind of pile up. The pile up logic isn't perfect at all right now, but there is pile up logic, and there's a good plan for it. It's just not implemented yet.
When we build towers, the towers can consume... Oh. I'd forgotten I'd made an invisible path there. Really need some visualization. But here they can pick them up. You son of a bitch. Okay, if I go like... Yeah, okay, here this one picked up a bunch. But it doesn't remove it from the list where it's picking it up from. So these guys stop because they can't move forward because they think there's someone here. Because this guy, this tower here, consumed the ammunition. And everything just kind of pauses. I'm gonna have a look at that. And maybe also being able to rotate them. I want to do the rotation because it's the next step in the feature, but probably be a good idea to do the visualization first. So you can actually see, so you guys can see what's happening. Because I know what's happening. You can kind of conclude what's happening. Just by spamming. Oh yeah, now they're slowly piling up as they're filling. That makes sense. So if I could just change the direction of one of them, I could like reroute them. I'll look at visualization for you guys and direction for me. Good compromise. We are back in the editor and we can create. We've matched the prefabs up and it seems to work. The zoom is a bit different on the camera. This weird thing you can see over my head is a pull-up bar. Complete tangent. If we look in the code, so the main difference was before we were spawning with an entity manager and an instantiate, or the example I'm taking from where I was spawning some wood was using entity manager instantiate, which is like the simplest ECS thing. Just a caveat, I'm an absolute ECS noob. I'll be making some videos on ECS when I'm a bit more proficient, but right now it is just wonderful being at that point where I'm in deep waters and I don't know what's going on and I can't touch the bottom and it's kind of scary. And finding that point where you're a noob is excellent. Oh my, sorry for the messy shot. I'm just gonna zoom in. When you feel that discomfort where you don't know what's going on and you constantly have to learn just to get like a little bitty step, that is an amazing place to be. Just keep smashing your head against the wall. That's how I always imagine it. That's how I got good at learning math. Not got good at. That's how I learned math. You just go like, and that action, like that moves the wall. You just keep doing it, and then when you learn it, you look back and it's, oh, it's easy. And that's a bit of a frustrating feeling, but it's also good. So that's the feeling I have now with ECS. So this instantiate, I'm doing it a bit more advanced way now, where I'm using an entity command buffer. Basically, I'm building up a buffer of commands that I want to play. And before I was using just like a create entity, and that didn't have the same options. That just creates an empty entity that you can just then work on. That didn't work. And I found out that the entity command buffer, of course, just has an instantiate, which was wonderful. So now when we create conveyor spawner things, they have visualization. You can see that the rotation of those is pretty bad. And the conveyors we've created here are created through a different system, so they don't have the visualization. So I need to do that too. Then of course the prefab should be properly rotated to show the correct direction that it has. Oh, I'm spawning on the tree. Probably shouldn't be able to do that either. Duh. But the fact that the prefab is pointing the wrong way, and the next thing I want to do is work on direction, is perfect. Then also this system here, I'm creating, there are invisible conveyor belts here, as you can see. They should also use the system that I'm using that also includes the prefab. So now, when we press play, you can see the temporary, I hid the old ones here. Now, when the automatic system spawns these, they have visualization. And also I fixed the bug where if you spawn something on top. So I just clicked here and usually that would give an area. But now, things move. So the reason they don't move this way up here is because everyone's moving right now. And that's because of the way I did the default. So, but now it makes perfect sense to do a change direction. Also adjust the visual. I think it's a bit too close to the ground, and that's why it's clipping out here. If we hop into the scene, can't see anything. Why is that? I don't know what that is. Let's not find that bug now. Let's find it later. The code that spawns these automatically uses the visualization, which is nice, and we can turn these, which works. Not great, but a lot better. Of course, this isn't that nice. What I would really like now is to click and hold and drag a line. Also, the issue with it not being centered on the tile, the issue of it not quite drawing, it was perfectly aligned with the floor, so it wasn't drawing that way. And that's fixed too. Now if we spawn some here, see it's going right here. As we go down, that should go over. And we can just spawn some. And here it really starts bugging the eye that they don't go to the center. But there I want to do some things with the blocking too. So currently when they block now, they all stop in the same direction, or they all stop in the same spot. And what would be nice would be if they move to the spot that they were in the line. That way they don't collide. And also they center. But that's a really nice to have issue currently. So I just selected the dwarf and also put down a conveyor, which of course you shouldn't do either. You can also put conveyors on the tree, which also you shouldn't do, but it works. Oh god. Making systems that work. See, now these conveyors are blocking these guys when the blocking gets out, but they're also clumping together, which looks really ugly. It's fine. It's fine for now. Let's say that. Because of course it isn't fine. We want to fix it. But when I move the dwarf, now when I click the dwarf, it's gonna create a conveyor on his head. God damn it. Okay, so we need to do some checks there too. But select the dwarf and we build a tower, and we can see very, very small here that the tower is picking up ammunition. So it has 6. And now we've run into the bug where when the tower picks up or consumes some ammunition, it doesn't register with some other systems, and that makes it so it's kind of gotten into a perfect loop. Okay. That was strange. But I think that's it for this time. Hopefully they can be switch back. Coffee. Let's switch that over there. I think that's it. I've tried to structure this video in a way that it was kind of, you got bits of updates of what I've been working on, and I hope that works out. I hope I can edit it really quickly, because the less time I spend on editing, the more I can work on the game. And then I need to drive home. So currently, right now, I've gone to Sweden to do some climbing too. I did some climbing yesterday, and a bunch of work yesterday. So yeah, yesterday was all work and a bit of climbing. And looking at the clock, today is going to be mostly work too and a little bit of climbing. So probably a bit silly to go all the way to Sweden, because it takes, I'm going to have used like 5 hours on driving, which sucks. But it was nice to get out of Denmark too. So yeah, there's that. Let me know down below if you like this style of devlog, or if you have a format that you like better. And hopefully getting home and getting my setup back to work, I can record a lot more often throughout the week, then work a bunch on the weekend, and then kind of edit it up really quickly and get a video out. I think that's the plan. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, click here, or watch another video here, and it was nice hanging out with you. Bye. Okay, wait a minute, before the ending, maybe you're curious where the fuck I am? Can I keep talking and the microphone still picks me up? I'm gonna try. I'll talk really loud. So right now I'm in my van. Just lift up. We have, so there's a driver's seat over there. We have a small kitchen. It's a bit of a mess. Been cooking some eggs and making coffee. Then here behind me, we have a bed. And sadly now you can probably hear the fan, which is really nice, with a heat extractor. And the bed pulls out to here. We have another bench seat there. And then we're back on the screen. And I sit there. We used to have the front seat be able to swivel around. And then there's like a little table there that claps up. And then that was my office space. But we needed another place for the baby. So we have 3 seats now. Before we only had 2, so you could walk in and back and forth. Up there's for clothes. And that's the van. So welcome to my van. I built this a few years ago. Maybe like 2 years ago with my wife. We have a fridge now. She really wanted that when she was pregnant. Long story. Thanks for watching. Click the like and subscribe. Oh, I'm all turned around and twisted. Did we record through all that? I think we recorded through all that. I will learn for you. I promise. Fucking wood in the tree, man.